singing from the stands. Pure Coys, everybody raise your hands. Pure Coys, pure Coys, pure Coys.
Not quite sure what happened now, but welcome to Pure Coys and welcome to the Nige and Chonk show. We have decided to go live. Is all incredibly scary. I know.
You all right?
Yeah, sorry, that was me having YouTube on in the background. That was what that background noise was. So, Chonky, how's it going, buddy? Great
I'm
start
all
to
right.
the show.
Yeah, it's all right. You know, little bump on the road. I'm all right. How you doing? You good?
I'm good, yeah. Anyone would have thought that I would kind of know how to do a live show by now, but as it is, panicking, I end up having YouTube on the background and then thinking, why the hell is it? Like, yeah. Anyway, mate, let's talk Tottenham. Let's get into it. How are you feeling with Spurs currently?
I'm not sure there's any sort of positive emotion I could play on it. You know, just a bit depressing at the moment, isn't it? Like most things Spurs. I keep on getting emails from Tottenham, and it's about the Beyonce tickets and the tickets to watch Kendrick Lamar. And they're the only thing that's come through on my Tottenham email. I was like, oh, piss off. I don't give a shit. Like, it's just rubbing salt in the wounds, isn't it? And it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, nothing about football, but we've got some great concerts coming up.
We do.
So, you know, what more? This is what we got the game-changing stadium for, my friend. You know, it was concerts like Beyonce, and I've never even heard of the other guy, to be fair. So I got that going for me.
You're too old, Dad. I mean, I don't like him personally, but
What is he? Who is he? What does he do?
He's an American rapper.
Rap.
Yeah. I am not a fan of his music, but I won't knock other people who are, because literally nearly all of my friends do like his music. So just whether sprinkles your donut, just go for it. But pissing me off.
Indeed. Yeah. It'd be nice just to be offered some like free tickets or something, wouldn't it? That wouldn't be too bad. But, I doubt if they could give them away at the moment. Anyway, let's just have a quick chat about Tottenham. As I said, current form. What is your current feeling about Spurs? I know you said it's a bit depressing, but can you see us getting out of this?
Well, I feel like even before our season was in a bit of a rut, but what we were clinging on to was the semi-final second leg and maybe the FA Cup. Now we're out of both of those cups. It's almost like this season is now just incredibly pointless. I don't see us winning the Europa League because we have to win a lot of games before then. We don't even have the squad for it. The Premier League's done. I mean, who cares? We're not going to get Europe. We're going to be nowhere near Europe.
So would you now, like, Premier League, like you said, Premier League's done. Would you just like scrap the Premier League, as in just put all your eggs into the Europa League, play your best team in the Europa League, you know, play young players in the Premier League, and just go all out for the Europa?
I'd say yes in a way, because the Premier League's done. We're not going to get anywhere by finishing 15th compared to 10th, or might look better, but if we go for the Europa League, let's say we win it theoretically. We're not, but if we did, we would get Champions League qualification with that. Yeah. So, it's it's interesting, because most of the time you'd go, Europa League, play the kids in Europa League, but it's the other way around. League games could not get less of a shit at this rate. As long as we stay up, which we probably will, because there are 4 teams which are much worse than us, even though we've lost to 2 of them. Do you know what I mean? It's just...
Yeah, I'd be tempted just to stick the kids in the Premier League and just go all. Listen, I don't think we'll win the Europa League by any stretch. But at least have a bloody good go for it. Just like go all out for it. Let's
Yeah.
talk quickly about the United game. We don't want to talk about the cup games. They were crap.
Yeah.
Expected. We lose to Liverpool. Expected. We rolled over. We let them tickle our bellies, and then Aston Villa was better, but still same
We
result.
we just in that's the Villa game. We just didn't turn up first half. The damage was done. I know second half we were a lot better. We became a lot more aggressive, and we pressed them a bit more. But then Villa were just so much better than us. Some of the passes they were doing, I was like, fucking hell, like it's like imagine if we did that. That'd be amazing.
We're so open, aren't we?
Yeah, it's
Like, we've got. It's weird. I heard this analogy yesterday, and it's so true. So we have got a team of midfielders. When you think about it, the two centre halves are pretty much playing in midfield because they're so high. The two fullbacks are inverted; they're in midfield. You got the striker who comes deep to get the ball; he's in midfield. The wide men, who usually one of them comes into the midfield to try and make things happen. So we've got all these players playing in midfield, yet we are so open in
in the
midfield.
midfield.
Open. There's no one in midfield, is there? It's nuts.
It doesn't make sense. I know what you mean. Yeah. But
No.
yeah, we just scrap those games. It's done. It's dusted. It was expected. It still hurts, but it was expected. So, fuck it.
Yeah. I'm at that stage, Jesse, where I'm not even hurt anymore. Doesn't even hurt me. I'm just like, whatever,
That's the thing is, I thought this the other day. You know how like there are teams that just lose most weeks, like a Palace, or like they don't lose most weeks, but that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm like, do you know what I mean?
Well,
I
we
look at
are.
them, I'm thinking, how do you guys like? But then I'm like, I get it now because you're just so used to it after a while that you just kind of like, yeah, whatever, just roll on next week sort of thing. That's what it's like.
Yeah. And it gets to the point where by the time Liverpool score their fourth, you're like, go on then, get a fifth. Go on. If you're going to embarrass us, really embarrass us. Let's go down and let's go down properly. But you can't say that because you're not being a proper Spurs fan if you say that. Anyway, so United Sunday, possible returnees are Vicario, Udogie, Madison, Johnson, Odegaard. I know Andrew's come out and said that few of them have got no chance, and it's probably going to be the week after. But with some of those players returning, do you give us any chance against United?
100%, 100% gives us a chance against United. I think we forget that United are just as shit as us. They're a little bit better, but we've beaten United twice already this season, and that cup game should have been 4-0. That for those 3 goals we conceded, oh my god! Like just giving them the goals, So when I know people have every right to be negative about how we play because we've been shocking for a long time, and the results don't go our way, and football is a results business, and we do not get results on a consistent basis. We consistently are shit and lose, but United are not an Arsenal or a Liverpool or a Chelsea. We've beaten them twice already, so I'm expecting a winning at home against United. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost. I wouldn't be surprised about any result. I wouldn't be surprised if we beat them 4-1. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost 4-1 or a 2-2 draw. Nothing would surprise me with that game. It could go either way, but I'm still expecting a win. 100%. That doesn't change.
Yeah, I'm quietly confident as well. Weirdly, I'm quite bullish about this game. I think, like you say, we've already beaten United twice, even though, regardless, we are bloody awful at the moment, and we haven't won at home like since 1910. 1910. But I've got a feeling we might win. Like you say, we've got a bit of a hoodoo over United. We tend to beat them, but this is Spurs, and we did watch them lose 2-1 in Leicester, so you just don't know, do you?
Yeah, but then when I went to Brentford, I thought, we're going to lose here. Away form's, not great. Well, none of our form's great. Brentford are good at home, and we beat them there. I'm confident as well against United, no matter if we're at home, because I feel like we have their number this season. But I wouldn't be surprised if any result happens. Like they could smash us. Amrin could play this full back majestic system which he's been trying to implement. It works perfectly against Tottenham, and we lose. It is the El Sakaco again, all over again.
You
You
can't see Amorim getting sacked, can you?
Yeah, no one's going to get sacked, but it's two managers who are trying to play styles, and it's not working.
So, it's a serious question now. Get deep before we get into the fun. Ange Postecoglou.
Yes.
If we lose against United, I mean, I feel like I've been saying it for the last 10 weeks. We lose this week, he's gone. We lose, he's still there. We lose this week, he's gone. We lose, he's still there. But surely, if we lose to United, that's got to be it, isn't it?
No, I don't think it will be. Why do you think he gets sacked after that game? Because judging by the fact that he didn't get sacked after Leicester, which we were both very shocked about, because everything turned, like, in terms of, I mean, but when we were at the game, it wasn't the fans. All the fans weren't angry at Ange; they were more angry at Levy. So it wasn't. I don't think he's necessarily under as much pressure as people think he is. Weirdly enough, despite the results are terrible, I don't really think he's getting witch hunted more against Levy.
I don't think he is either. Just seeing these polls that they put on Twitter, like a month ago, when I thought he was going to get sacked, even after the Leicester game, it was very much Levy, Ange in, Ange out, and there will still be like 70% Ange in.
Yeah.
Now it's like 50-50, but it's still 50% of the fan base that want Ange to stay, which is absolutely fine, by the way, but not for me.
I think it's more about the fact that, like, a lot of fans, and sort of myself included, think that if we would sack Ange, not that much would change. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, I think it will change. I think it would change personally.
Yeah,
I think another manager, even if it's Ryan Mason, would have a setup better. But listen, that's been done to death. It's been done to death, isn't it? It's kind of at the point where Ange has been on the brink for so long that everyone's talked about it so much that it's just really boring to talk about.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, we're just gonna have to play it out and see what happens. And it's difficult now because I'll be the first to admit and hold my hands up. I've been a Spurs fan that loved my club. I love the badge. I love everything about Tottenham. But I have wanted us to lose games because I thought it would get Ange out. Now it's clear that Ange isn't going anywhere. It's clear that they're not sacking him, not until the end of the season anyway. So I might as well just hope we start winning games again because
I think that's kind of what the stance I've taken, because our form has been so bad and there's not really been any sort of, like, something would have come out if he had like an inquiry against him, if Levy called him for a chat, something would have come out by now. But nothing has. All we keep hearing is he's got the backing of the board of, as shit as they are, they're backing him for some reason.
Yeah,
I agree. There's a lot of reasons to sack him, but they're seemingly not going for it. And maybe I think it's because of the pressure they're under, in terms of, if they sack Ange and nothing changes, then everyone's like, "Oh, it's your fault. It's your fault," even though everyone already basically agrees.
Well, this weekend's going to be different. I do want to read out this comment from the two Marks. Don't know which Mark, but I think it might be Cookmeister. Amorim is at least trying to build a system with someone else's players. Ange has been here 18 months and hasn't done anything tactical. Absolutely bang on.
Yeah.
Absolutely bang on.
I feel like, with Amorim, he's got a... But when I said El Sakago, I didn't mean he's going to get sacked. I just feel like I was going back to, remember we played 2020. Well, Ollie was still there. And we had Nuno, and obviously we lost 3-0. And then Nuno got sacked after that game. And it was because I think Ollie got sacked like 2 weeks after, or 3 weeks after.
This is why I think Saturday is poignant. Sunday, sorry, is poignant, because there is, of course, a march. The protest is happening Sunday. There's a big swell. There is lots of numbers. So hopefully it's going to be a really good protest. Apparently after the game, there's going to be a sit-in as well. And if the fans turn on Levy like they did And when Nuno got sacked, then I think he might pull the trigger if we were to lose. Listen, if we win, of course he won't. But
Yeah.
big up to everyone going to the protest, and do your thing and shout loud. Obviously, do it all respectfully. I know you guys will, but let's hope that Levy either gets a message and sells or changes at least and starts putting the football club first.
I don't see that happening, to be fair.
He's got to do something, isn't he?
Yeah, it's I feel like the important thing is that we've been calling for change for a long time in terms of how he runs the club, how like I say, he never puts the football first in terms of his funding, because didn't we make the most money last season out of all the clubs in England?
So.
By quite a distance as well, quite a margin. Like it wasn't really that close. And obviously we didn't really spend that much and we didn't invest much into the squad. And the summer transfer window proved that. I think to get him out and to give him the proper message is, even if we win on Sunday, even if we win next week, even if we go on like a 6-game winning streak, keep doing it, because that means, because he might think in his little bubble, it's because we're losing games. They'll turn around if we win a game. They'll turn around if we get winning again.
That's the worry, though, isn't it? That some fans will turn.
Yeah.
And that is my concern, that when we start... Look at the Leicester game. You know, the Levy chants were out, wouldn't they? As soon as Spurs went 1-0 up, it went dead until Spurs went 2-1 down again. And then the chants started coming back. So I think as a fan base, we've got to be consistent. And, you know, if we want change, regardless of results, we got to bang that drum.
I think it's difficult, though. You got me back. It's a bit difficult. I was like speaking in terms of a privileged sort of position, because if you're at a game and Spurs are winning, you're going to be happy. You don't, like, because you're a Spurs fan, you know, especially when you're in the ground.
But it's being happy, and it's the end goal. And if you want that end goal, you've still got to continue to keep banging that drum, regardless.
100%. It's I just hope something changes. It's just tiring, isn't it? It's tiring to talk about Tottenham because nothing really changes. Same thing happens every season.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Exactly that. All right. Well, that's the deep stuff done. Let's go into some fun and just talk Spurs. So I'll bring this question up first because obviously it's the one I got you to send me pictures of earlier. In fact, no, I won't do that. I'm going to do this one first. So, favourite Spurs players ever, and you can choose 2.
Dad, you go first. Go on. Take me back to the dark ages. Come on.
Okay, just back before we had electricity, when we walked, you know, we slept by candlelight, and, you know, you'd had someone going around at night with the old lighter lighting up the lanterns.
Yeah.
Back in those days, my favourite player ever, is Glenn Hoddle. Absolute legend. One of the greatest footballers I've ever seen in my life. Just an absolute magician on the ball. Like, mate, so good. Anyway, so Hoddle won. And the second one would be Teddy Sheringham for me. Just because I love Teddy, you know. I had him on the back of my shirts. You got to remember, back in those days, when me and your mum had just got together, I had... it was when they first started putting the names on the back of shirts in the Premier League. So I had Sheringham on the back of my home shirt. I had Teddy on the back of my away shirt. And which is why I got the nickname Teddy from all my mates when we played football. Because Teddy Sheringham, yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. Yeah.
Hoddle and Blanchflower, good shout. Never saw Blanchflower play, but great captain, great Spurs captain.
Won stuff as well.
He won stuff, yeah.
You know, can't say that about the players I'm about to say, unfortunately.
Right, who's yours, mate?
Well, I'm disclaimer. As much as those players were amazing, I'm not going to pretend and be like, I watched Hoddle play, great first touch. I've obviously seen some clips of him, but not to the extent that Dad has, which I understand. But I did watch. I mean, it's going to be obviously what I'm going to say. I'm 20 years old. I grew up in watching Spurs. I only remember watching Spurs after I was like 5 or 6, and even then it was sort of bits. But obviously Gareth Bale when I was growing up, and then our record goal scorer. It's boring. It's boring to say those two names, but it's boring because everyone else would agree with me because it's true for my generation anyway. Gareth Bale was arguably one of the greatest British players ever to play the game. He was just ridiculous. I don't know how we even had him in the team, and it's kind of sad looking back on it because we've not had a player like that in terms of because when Bale was playing, we weren't challenging for the league. We weren't like.
We literally single-handedly won us games.
Yeah, yeah. And we don't have players like that anymore. And I feel like that's not just at Tottenham. I think that's at a lot of clubs as well. Yeah, it's true. We don't have. It baffles me how we still have Sonny as captain, but I don't know who else you're going to pick.
Who would you have as captain of Spurs now?
I'd be tossed between Vicario, and I don't know. I think the only one that screams out to me is Vicario. Maybe Romero as well, but then Romero's a bit of a hothead. But then again, he has calmed down a little bit the past year.
My concern with Romero is he's not Tottenham.
No,
He doesn't really want to be here. I don't think. I think we're a stepping stone for him. I don't think he's.
How old is he? What was that? 28.
26, isn't he? He might be 27. I don't know. But yeah, he's got one move in him, isn't he? I think he'd be gone in the summer. I would personally have. Listen, I know it's not going to happen. Vicario is a good shout, but just puts me off with Lloris was captain. I don't know. I'm not sure about goalkeepers being captain. But my choice would be a player who doesn't hardly play, so it'd be a waste of time. I'd put Madison captain.
But Madison captain.
Yeah, but again, he's not a leader of men. He's not someone who's going to stand up and like grab people by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah,
you'd hope that he would, captain by the way he plays.
I tried to pick in terms of, I mean, when Mickey plays, Mickey could be captain, but then don't know, he doesn't scream captain material either. He's just really fucking good. Doesn't mean he's a captain.
I don't think we've got a captain anywhere on the pitch.
No.
Which is why I think half the reason why we're so awful. Anyway, we're going back on Tottenham being crap.
Yeah, sorry. That's my bad.
So your favourite two Spurs players are Bell and Kane.
100%.
Again,
absolutely no doubt.
Great choices because, both Bell's an absolute legend. Even when he come back with one leg, he was better than most of the players we had. And Kane's our record ever goal scorer.
Oh, he was just, Bale was inhuman. Even when he came back, he got injured. And then, his goal scoring record was phenomenal. Whenever he played, I'd just look at him and be like, left foot, shoot, it'll go in. That left foot is work of God. It's a Midas touch. He's mental player. And
mental.
He lost to his retirement. He better enjoy it because he deserves it.
Indeed. And obviously Kane scored the goals that he has and is just... Listen, a lot of people said that Kane was a nothing striker and as soon as he left Spurs, he'd do nothing. But he's gone to Germany. All right, maybe not the best league in the world, but he's scores for fun. I think he scored more than Lewandowski did in his time at Bayern.
Not yet.
Incredible striker. And what we do for Harry Kane now. Okay, so next question is, have you got a second team in another league, country, who and why?
I do, but it's not. I'm going to say something, and disclaimer, this is true, right? I have no problem with people having second teams in terms of like soft spots, but you can't support a team in the same league as you, two teams in the same league, and you can't like. So I've got two teams which I have a big soft spot for, and it's Swindon because we're close to Swindon. It's our local.
They're our local team.
It's like we live in Wiltshire. Well, I'm not in Wiltshire. I'm in Leicester, but and I went to a lot of games there because it was £6 tickets when I was in sixth form. We'd go. Well, I went like 6 or 7 times in their playoff season, and always a good laugh. And it was £6 to go to Swindon, and they were good then. Well, League Two, but they were finished 5th. Yeah. And then Portsmouth, because, well, I won't mention too much about, our family's riddled past, but there are, But yeah, I used to go to Portsmouth a few times. Forth Athletic. Is that Irish?
They're Scottish, aren't they?
Scottish.
Scottish, yeah.
Don't even try, Dad. Don't even try.
So yours are Swindon and Portsmouth.
Portsmouth was a recent one in terms of, I didn't have the soft spot when they were in the Prem. And again, these are teams where if they lose, I'm not like, oh, God's sake. If they win, I'm like, oh, that's nice. You silently root for them. But if they're playing Spurs, I'm wanting Spurs to win. I don't care. Goes out the window completely, And then I have a little soft spot for Bristol as well because a lot of my mates are Bristol City fans. Again, Bristol's fairly local. So I'll watch the Bristol result and go, oh, Bristol City got promoted. I thought, oh, that's great. Well done, Bristol. But that's it. They're playing Tottenham. Then yeah. But I don't. And then I was going to say one more, and you're going to agree with me on this.
How many teams do you want? Go on.
No. This is like a little one. But you're going to agree with me on this. Don't you silently support Bayern Munich now? Just a little bit.
Well, I like to see them win games, yeah.
You want them to win the league?
I want to see. I didn't. It's weird though, isn't it? Because I didn't want Harry Kane to win anything last year.
Really?
But now he's gone for another. No, because I'm not. I don't want him going somewhere winning something straight away. That's just rubbing it in. But actually, now he's gone a season without winning anything, and the crap that he gets for it, I'm actually like, I would like him to win something now.
Yeah, I want him to win.
He scores. I'm not sure if I want Dyer to win something, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's fine.
Isn't it weird though that every single player that leaves Spurs ends up winning stuff? Not every single one. Even the crap ones.
Sissoko didn't. Sissoko.
Has
Sergio Aurier won anything since he left? He's a free agent, I think.
I think he did. I think he went somewhere and won something.
Oh.
Don't quote me on that.
I'm pretty sure he's a free agent.
But even like Cameron Carter-Vickers went somewhere, went to Celtic, won stuff.
Yeah, but that's different.
Still winning stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, but if I was to go to Celtic, I'd get a winner's medal if I played like one game against, Dundee.
You wouldn't play one game.
No, but no. You know what I mean?
Listen, yeah, no, I know what you mean. But so my teams are. I've probably only got 2, and that's obviously one of them is Swindon because they are a local team, and because Glenn Hoddle played and managed for them as well. And the other team would be the Gas, Bristol Rovers. It's weird, isn't it? If you like a Bristol side, it's either City or Rovers. Mine would be Rovers.
I have more affiliation with City because I've been to 2 of their games and loads of my mates support City. So it's like, and Swindon are Bristol Rovers' rivals, and City aren't really Swindon's rivals as much. I don't know why, but like they hate Rovers more. So I'm not a big fan of Rovers. Sorry, Dad.
Please. It's all right, mate. Okay, next question. If you could sign one player now to improve the team, who would it be and why?
Morgan Rogers.
Right.
He's so good. He's such a good player.
So good. Yeah.
Watching him in that game, in the FA Cup game, and I was just like, wow. Like,
I can't.
And every game he plays for Villa, because I always watch the games, and every game he's like one of their best players, not the best player. And Villa haven't been doing that well. He's just quality. He's such a good player. And how old is he? What, like 22?
Does he not remind you of like Dele Alli though when he burst onto the scene with Spurs?
Not as much.
Yeah, good. Attacking, scores goals.
Yeah,
got tricks. It's got, he's a bit nasty as well. I think he reminds me so much of Dele Alli. I
but
love Morgan Rogers. I think we should be trying to sign players like that.
yeah, that's what. Yeah, I feel like if we
We
sign
won't though.
yeah, obviously we won't and we can't. But Morgan Rogers is so good. Like I was in awe. I messaged my mate who's a Villa fan, Jacob, and I was and he was like giving me shit, and I just said like Morgan Rogers, he's liquid. He's liquid good. He's just everything he does is just silk, and he's just like he barges players off the ball, and yeah, he'll get nasty.
No
You
idea
just
what
love it. You're just like you're looking at it, and he's getting Spurs. You're like, oh, piss off. But you're also like, mate, we don't have anyone like that in our team, and I'd love it.
No,
But yeah,
no, we don't. That's a really good shout. I was thinking him as well. But for the purposes of conversation, I'll try and find someone. Who would I sign to improve the team now if I
well, you
could? It
actually
would
going to
be
say
someone. I was going to say Morgan Rogers, yeah,
it.
just because he reminds me of Dele Alli, and I miss Dele. I would sign Cape, I think.
Who?
If we're looking at defensive players, in Cape,
Is he
Leverkusen. Did he play for Leverkusen? I think he plays for Leverkusen.
Cape?
Yeah, he's like a left-sided centre back, can play left back as well.
Never
Yeah,
heard of
top
him.
player.
Never heard of him.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got one on you now.
I was not expecting that.
Okay, let's do this one. Let's do this one.
Go on.
Best Spurs kit, home and away. Now,
Well, I've already sent you mine.
for me, there's a few. Right, I'm going to do mine first.
Yeah, go
All
on.
right,
Yeah. Go
and
on.
then you can do yours. So my favourite Spurs home kit is this one. Love that kit. Just, yeah, love that kit. Reminds me of when we were quite good.
Yeah.
And I like the fact it was different. I don't like the just plain white. I like something in there. Flash of something. So that's my favourite home kit. And my
Yeah.
favourite away kit. Are you surprised by that?
Yeah. Really
Oh,
surprised.
yeah.
You didn't even buy that
Obviously,
kit.
No, the 86, 87. I'm an old man now, so I don't really buy kits. But
Yeah, true.
obviously, the 86, 87 kit I really liked. And my favourite away kit is this one. Love that kit.
Yeah, that is a nice kit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go through yours quickly. So obviously,
go on.
this is one of your favourite away kits. Oh, how cute are you?
I knew that fucking photo was coming up.
Or is it this one? Ah. Actually, no. This one is true. I actually do really like this one.
No, I've never
That
been
is a
fan
nice-
of that one.
Were you not?
Not compared to other away kits. Not compared to the other one I've got.
Okay, so this is
Sorry, I know
your
you bought it-
favourite.
I know you bought it for me. It's still a good kit, but compared to others.
I like that kit. This is your favourite away kit, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Okay.
I love it. I thought it was so. It reminds me of Dele Alli, that kit. Like you were saying.
I never had it though. I never bought you that kit.
No, because I had the home one instead, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then your favourite ever home kit, and I have got a picture of you in this.
Yeah, and I remember this kit.
Ah, look at him.
0809.
What an absolute
That kit was that was. I remember that as a kid, obviously, and I was looking back at all the kits, and I was just like, yeah, that was a good one. I'm a lot different to you. I quite like the plain professional. Just
I don't mind that. That reminds me of Modric that kit.
yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I love that kit. It was just I clearly I'm more in favour of the clean, like slick kits. The ones which like, just they just look neat, tidy, and
yeah, I like a bit of flash on them.
Yeah,
something other than just white.
Did you like the Galaxy kit then?
The Galaxy kit. What?
The Galaxy kit,
What was that?
2020. year was that? 21, 22? 22, 23. 22, 23. In a
What did
Galaxy.
that look like? Well, not the away one.
Yeah.
No, I don't really like away strips that much. I like it all. Away strips, I like it plain, like navy or yellow or purple or even black or whatever. But
Yeah.
home, I just find it boring if it's just white. I need
Oh, not 20.
some sort of navy like flash in it somewhere. But I do like the home kit for next season if it's true that what it is. Looks quite smart.
That one.
Oh no, not a fan.
Yeah.
No, that kit does remind me of Harry Kane when he scored against
When he
Brighton.
kicked the
When he
ball
kicked
against
the ball.
Brighton. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I knew what you were thinking. That was
Okay. Let's see what else we got. Okay, this is an interesting question. Favorite player that didn't play for Spurs, but you would have loved to seen him in a Spurs shirt.
That's really tricky. You can't put him on the spot then.
And it can't be Messi because that's just silly.
No, that's just stupid. Yeah, you go first because I'm actually not too sure.
Okay.
Okay,
My favorite player that graced the Premier League back in the 90s was a player that was unbelievable. Skill, touch, goal scoring. He was just an absolute magician on the ball. And he was a Spurs fan. But he played across North London at Arsenal. And that would be Dennis Bergkamp, who was just amazing player.
You a Spurs fan?
He was a Spurs fan, yeah.
There we had didn't Cooley used to be an Arsenal fan?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably why he's so shit now.
No, don't be mean. Cooley tries every bloody game.
He tries, yeah. He tries really hard with his left foot and got no other foot. Bloody.
No, but he's the only one.
His right foot.
No, he doesn't. His right foot's awful. Clearly, he doesn't want anything to do with it. I don't know. That's a really tricky question. That's a really tricky question. I don't really think about that one. Like, there are loads of players which, obviously, I would have loved to play for Spurs in terms of, like, wish we signed. I wish we broke the bank for, like, Thomas Lemar when he was at Monaco.
Yeah, he was good.
And Fabinho at Monaco as well. I'm listening to Monaco a lot because I remember the fallout of Monaco. Because when we played them, and everyone was like, you lost to Monaco. But then they went to the semi-finals of the Champions League and they just had a super team. And they won Ligue 1. Yeah, I always wanted us to go and break the bank for some of their players. Because I really like Fabinho, and obviously he was quality in the end, and we could have done with someone like him as well. Obviously, we watched Mbappe play as well at that game.
Did he was on the bench.
No, he didn't score. It was Lemar and Bernardo Silva who scored the goals.
So Lemar got 2.
No, Lemar got 1. Bernardo Silva got 1 as well. Yeah, I mean, Bernardo Silva was there.
Was it 2-1 or 3? I thought he beat us 3-1.
No, it was 2-1.
Was it?
Yeah. Very frustrating second half. Great game though. Great game.
Yeah.
But I'd probably say Fabinho, personally. Because I think if we had someone like him, things would have been very different in terms of middle of the park. He won the league with Liverpool. Yeah, he's quality. Mine's a lot more boring than yours. But because I've grown. Thing is, and this is true with I mentioned this earlier with the fact that, like, because you wouldn't find a player like Bale anymore. There's not really players anymore that there's not as much anyway. Players that can just get the ball and just do anything with it, like a Dimitri Payet. Like, you don't see players like that anymore.
I don't think there are great players anymore.
No. Well, no, there are. That's a pretty stupid thing to say. There are.
I don't think there are.
It's not a
I don't think there are. Okay, but I look through the teams in the Premier League and I look through their players. I'm like, well, you're not great.
Really? Right, here we go. Right, go on. Here's a question. Who do you think, right, What's your unpopular opinion on players that aren't great? Go on.
What do you mean? I don't get the question.
You've just said you've looked through Premier League teams, right? Through Premier League teams, and you've gone, "Oh, he's not great. He's not great. He's not great."
Yeah.
Who are you referring to?
Okay, I'm just looking through teams. So I looked through Manchester City, yeah,
Yeah.
and I say Rodri, world class.
Yeah.
That's where I stop.
De Bruyne, Haaland,
De Bruyne's past it. He's had his best years behind him.
Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland is not world class.
Haaland, great goal scorer, doesn't get me off my seat.
Erling Haaland is not world class.
Goal scorer. He goes through games and touches the ball like 6 times. For me, he does nothing apart from score a few goals. I'm not saying he's not a good goal scorer. He's the best goal scorer.
I think that's crazy.
But
I mean,
yeah, for me,
you're right.
Yeah, So yeah, Haaland for me, rank average. No, he's a good goal scorer, but he's not a great player. For me, he's not a great player. So Man City, I've gone through Rodri. Foden's a good player, but again, he's not a great player. For me, he has moments.
Ruben Diaz.
Just a good, solid Premier League defender.
He won 4 Premier Leagues in a row. All of those.
Yeah, fantastic. But he's in a great side. Or
yeah,
was in a great side.
Those players make a great side. So
yeah, no, but what I'm saying is there isn't players in the Premier League anymore that make me think, wow. You used to go back into my day, when even just the 90s, right? Before, when you were just the apple in my eye, in the future.
I don't want to know. Yeah,
you looked at all you look at Sheffield Wednesday, right? Who were just a mid-table Premier League side.
Yeah.
Right? Had players like Petrescu, good foreign players who would get you excited. Carbone would get you excited, really exciting player. I know you're probably thinking, who the hell are they?
No, it's fine. Yeah, I am. I don't know who they are, but
Middlesbrough had Juninho, Ravanelli, Emerson, Brazilian, just players that would get you off your seat. Newcastle, of course, had players like Ginola, and then we had Ginola. But Premier League sides, even if they're rank average or near the bottom, would have 2 or 3 players that you would be like, wow, I really want to see him play. Whereas now, it's just all...
No,
it's all right.
Can I say, I do agree with what you're saying in terms of that. I just thought it was outrageous that you only thought one player in City was world class. So I'm just trying to challenge you. I do agree.
Currently, I think there's only one. Currently, I think there's only one player in the City that's world class.
Fair enough. How many world class players do you reckon is at Liverpool?
Salah.
Yeah.
Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Probably the keeper.
Alisson.
I would say that would be it.
Trent.
Who?
Trent.
No.
I'm not saying he is. I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, I think he's good. He's good. Got great things that he can do, but he's also got very bad things that he does. Yeah, I'd say Liverpool got 3 world class players.
You're quite harsh on your world class.
I think you've got to be something special to be world class. You've got to be elite.
Well, how many players let's go. How many players of the last 6 years at Tottenham do you genuinely think have been world class? If we're going over the same notion.
One.
Harry Kane, yeah.
Harry Kane, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
Yeah, and people will say he's not world class because he's not won anything, but I'm just going by the way someone plays, the way, you look at Kane, you look at Haaland, similar goal output, probably Haaland get a few more, but Kane is 4 times the player that Haaland is. Kane gives you so much more than Haaland does.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Haaland's the bow on the present, Haaland is the bow on the present. Harry Kane's the box you put it in. for me.
Yeah, no, I agree that I think Harry Kane's a better player than Haaland, 100%. I think you're being a bit harsh on him, but you know.
I'm not saying Haaland's not a great striker and a great finisher, and he will score loads of goals in his career. But actually, and of course he'll win you things. But if he doesn't score goals, he doesn't do anything. He's non-existent. Whereas Harry Kane defends. He's probably the best. Spurs fans said it, didn't we? I think we probably did. When he was at Spurs, he was the best striker, the best midfielder, and the best defender we had.
Yeah, generally, I remember seeing him at corners. He'd always be front post, and he'd be guarding
He'd win everything.
the balls away.
Everything.
Scored a couple of own goals as well, but we're not going to worry about that.
Yeah, but
Got to let him off the
so,
bench.
Let's see if we got any other questions. I'm not sure even where I got a question. Oh yeah, we got one more. Let's go for this. So, favourite Spurs game ever? Where and why?
Spurs Chelsea 2-0, 16-17. January was it New Year's Day? I think it might have been New Year's Day. What game? I think it might have been New Year's Day.
What was the score?
2-0. Dele Alli double. Two of the exact same goals. Either side.
Stamford Bridge. Oh no, yeah, that was a White Hart Lane, wasn't it?
That was a White Hart Lane.
Ericsson crossing, yeah.
Two crosses.
I forgot about that game.
Into the box. Ali heads them both in. After that win, we came within 3 points of Chelsea at the top. And at that point, we were generally thinking, oh my God, we've got a chance here. This is crazy. And we played brilliantly. And that was only the second game Chelsea had lost all season. I think Chelsea only lost 2 games that season, or 3. And they lost twice.
Yeah, one of them was against us. Yeah,
then we lost to them at Stamford Bridge, but we always lose against them at Stamford Bridge. That's not really a new thing. So, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's difficult to say my favourite Spurs game. I would say, you know what, this is a really weird thing to say.
Oh, here we go. This will be good.
And it's not, the game wasn't actually it just was one of my favourite games. So, that picture I put up earlier of you. Hang on, let's find it. Let's get it back. This one, this bad boy.
Was this a 0-0 against Everton?
We went to White Hart Lane early season when we were wearing, I'm pretty certain, this kit. Yeah?
Yeah, 15-16, yeah.
Yeah. And we drew 0-0 at Goodison Park.
No, we drew 0-0 at White Hart Lane against Everton.
At White Hart Lane, sorry, yeah. For me, that was one of the best games I've seen. Even though it's 0-0, we absolutely battered them. We hit the bar. Kane missed a 1-on-1. Son missed loads of chances. But do you remember?
Yeah, go on.
Do you remember, it was and I'm not saying it was the best for the game, but it was the best for me for the atmosphere. Because it was the only game I've ever been to where when we'd go close to scoring or when we were attacking, there was a real buzz. There was actually the crackling in your ears. I don't know if you can remember it. It was just crackling. No. It was so intense. And the atmosphere was absolutely electric. And even though it was 0-0, I've never felt that atmosphere at a Spurs game since.
Yeah, I just think that's an interesting. It was 0-0 though. It was so frustrating.
But just for the atmosphere alone, it was the game where I was wow. Obviously, when we went to Wembley and we saw Monaco again, which we lost, but that was our first foray back into the Champions League. So that was amazing to be there and see the Champions League thing in the centre circle. That was pretty special. Yeah. And then, of course, even though we didn't go, but the Champions League semi-final probably has to go down as the best game ever.
Yeah.
Even though we were rank for most of it. On another day, Ajax probably could have won 4-5-3 because they did batter us.
Yeah, especially
Um,
first half they battered us. Yeah.
yeah, I know they had to hit the post in the second half as well.
Oh, they hit
But
everything.
that's the kind of players we want now, though, isn't it? Players that will just grab the game by the scruff of the neck,
Yeah.
like Lucas did, and drag us through. But yeah, so that's probably my couple of favourite games.
Yeah. I wanted
Big up,
to.
down.
I wanted to like. I didn't want to say the Ajax game simply because it was just easy. I wanted to go a little bit more niche. I don't think I went too niche. Like
I like your nicheness.
yeah, it was a massive result for us. The game I said.
I'll give you another one.
Go on.
When we didn't win it. I'm not choosing. So I'll give you a game that we won. So the game that we went to the pub with at when we missed the final goal.
Oh my god, that was so annoying.
When we beat Arsenal 2-1?
2-1. Harry Kane, last minute, 88th minute, whatever.
So we saw him score the equaliser, didn't we? And then we had to get back for dinner.
No, that's not what happened.
No?
I went for a piss, and then you went for a piss same time as me. We came back while we were having a piss. Hear the chant.
I thought we were in the car driving back to drive back in the car park, and
no, but you didn't take your car, did you? Because we lived really close.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. So we miss Harry Kane's winner, which was an absolute gutter. But that was a great game. And the goal that Harry Kane scored when we drew 2-2 at White Hart Lane, when he got it in the corner flag and took his mask off. That was but again, we're going on to goals here more than games, aren't we, I guess?
Wouldn't get that ever again, would we? I don't think. Not in recent memory.
It's just depressing, isn't it, Spurs now? That's why I have to talk about Tottenham in the past. Like how good. And the thing is, we weren't even that great, but it's just felt like we were compared to how we are now.
We took it for granted. We
Yeah.
really did. We did take it for granted.
We did. We thought we were going to be there forever. And now we have, Solanke up front and Richarlison, the pigeon.
The pitch. What a beast. The pitch.
Absolute legend. So yeah. So I think that's all the questions I've got. Have you got any questions, Chonk?
No, I don't think so. We covered most things positive as we possibly could about Tottenham. I was gonna ask you this one question, and I think it's a good question. This goes to anyone in the chat as well. I was watching. I was on YouTube and I saw this thing, and it was obviously I don't believe it, but they were saying how should Spurs be in the Big Six still? And it was the argument that if Villa, because Villa are 2 trophies off us, I believe, major trophies. If Villa were to win the Champions League in the next 3 seasons and then win an FA Cup and not get relegated, would they replace us in the Big Six? Do you think they would? Because I personally think they would at this rate.
I think Big Six for me is a bit of a myth.
It is.
Really.
I was going to say it's not really a Big Six, is it? It's more of a Big Five. It's not really a Big Six.
It's more of a Big Four, even. Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. Well, not even Chelsea anymore. Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal. But they are. I suppose it goes on money as well and trophies. But
yeah, it goes on all of that.
Exactly. Is there such thing? I don't think there is such thing as. Back in the day when I started supporting Spurs, there was a Big Five.
Yeah.
Which consisted of Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham. Can you tell me the last one?
Newcastle.
It's like the 80s. No.
Wait. Can I just get, is it someone in the Championship right now?
No, they're in the Premier League.
They're in the Premier League.
They were one of the biggest sides of the 80s. They won things.
I feel like I'm being a bit stupid. Oh, Forest.
No.
They won stuff. Villa.
No.
Who else won stuff in the 80s? And they're in the
Yeah.
Premier League right now. We've got some like
So the big five was Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, Tottenham, and Everton.
was it?
Yeah,
That's
Everton,
good.
Everton won the league in '85, I think. They won a Cup Winners' Cup. They won an FA Cup. They were a massive side in the '80s,
I know
Everton.
that. I didn't know
Like,
that.
really
Fair
big.
enough. Fair
Some
enough.
top players. Kevin Sheedy, Graham Sharp,
I went with
Peter Reid,
Villa.
Neville Southall.
Yeah. I went with Villa because they won Champions League in '82. And then when did Forest win it? Somewhere in the
Forest won
70s.
it 2 years in a row, I think. They won
Yeah,
it like,
exactly.
was it 79 and 80, something like that. But yeah, Forest, again, you look in history, Forest are a massive side, Villa are a massive side, Leeds are a massive side.
Yeah.
So yeah, big six. We are in the fact if we're going on money, obviously one of the richest clubs in Europe, but
And we got
one
the
of the
sixth
best
most
stadiums.
which is
But if we're just going on trophies and winning things and how we are as a club, and I suppose if we're looking at finishes, Premier League finishes over the last 15 years, then we're a big six because we generally finish in the top six. But if we're looking at winning things, then we're nowhere near it.
Yeah, well, back in with Palace, loving it down there with the lads.
This is how bad it is that Palace and who else? West Ham, teams like that. That is who we're competing with now in the Premier League.
Them.
Is,
Wait, are we level points with Palace?
We're behind Palace, aren't we?
I don't know.
I haven't looked at the Premier League table. It's just depressing.
Oh yeah, Palace got 30 points. We're level on points with Everton and West Ham, 27. 10 points clear of the drop. Loving it. There you go.
Are we?
Yeah, but the two teams in the bottom three we've lost to at home as well. Danny
This was a goal.
Yeah, I don't really remember that. I wasn't really old enough to really. Obviously, I know the goal.
You're not. It's so depressing, Chonk.
Absolute undercunt of a goal. It was just like, have it sort of thing. But
it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Thing is, you know the new stadium. I can't imagine a goal like that happening there. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so
soulless, isn't it?
Yeah. With White Hart Lane, there was like obviously the Hurricane Curler goal. I mean, you can name so many more goals than me because you've been around longer. You've watched Spurs longer than me. I didn't mean that like an old man joke. I'm just generally true.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's all right. But then the Tottenham ground. I mean, like, do you know what I mean? There's been a couple of
You know what I don't like?
curling efforts, but go on.
This sounds like really like pathetic, but
here we go.
I don't like the goals. I don't like the goals at Tottenham Hotspur Ground. When the ball hits the net, it just like nothing happens. Do you know what I really like the goals when I don't know if you probably don't. The old 70s goals, like in like Brazil and stuff, where the ball would hit the net and the net would just fly and take the ball, and the ball would go miles in the net and then come back out.
I remember
watching that at Tottenham.
I remember watching the Robbie Keane goal against, was it Blackburn, where he just like flicked it round players and then volleyed it. And yeah, the net went that way. Personally, you're going to hate me for this. I quite like those goals. Villa have have the goal same as us at Villa Park, where it's really squared off. And when the ball hits the net, it kind of just bounces back. But I think that looks great.
Goal. It's horrific, mate. Absolutely horrific.
I
want to see goals hit the net and bit like Pro Evolution.
Yeah, but when the ball hits the bottom, if you do like a long range shot across the floor, the ball goes up the net and then back out, and it just looks so satisfying. Maybe that's just because I'm a young mind and I'm used to.
Maybe you youngsters are just weird. It's like when Porro scored against Burnley in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Do you remember that goal? And it went in, and I thought, is it even in? Because it just comes straight back out again.
Yeah, I know.
Not for me. I don't like the goals. I think Spurs should change them. Even changing nets. So like back in the old World Cups when they had like the hexagon things and not the square.
Yeah.
Little things can be done just to make the grind more appetizing for yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Give me White Hart Lane anytime. It's actually easier to get tickets at White Hart Lane than it is now as well.
Yeah, I know.
Even though it's getting easy to get tickets now because no one wants to go.
Yeah, true. There was loads of tickets available for the Man City game. I was looking, but I'm not got the money at the moment for it.
I've got to be honest. I don't really want to go again this season.
No,
I've got nothing to give.
shit.
You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard to get excited for Spurs at the moment.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
And it's a long trip up there to see like Bergvall and Gray. I just don't think we've got good players.
Don't be mean.
I know.
Hell, they're
I'm
younger than
sorry.
me.
I'm sorry. I know it's harsh. It's harsh, but you know, I used to go to White Hart Lane. Even when we went, we see like Kane and Son, Dele Alli, you know, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, you know, top players. Pochettino on the sideline. Now we go, and all the good players are injured. If Madison is fit, he's on the bench. I'm just, yeah, I'm a bit bored of it. I want Spurs to sign some players to get excited about again.
I know what you mean, but you still get behind the team. You still want to,
Of course, but sometimes it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Be all right.
No, but it's like anything, isn't it? It's I'm a fan. You're a fan. We're both passionate Spurs fans, and I don't always think with my head. A lot of the time, as a fan, I think with my heart. I think with my heart and a lot of things in life as well. I think with my heart. So I'm passionate. So I can be a bit flip-floppy, 1 minute I'm happy because Spurs are won. The next minute, I want the whole team sacked, the manager sacked, the board sacked, tea lady gone. I want them all gone because they're crap. But I think that's what being a fan is. Sometimes the thing is on YouTube, you've got to be a bit more think with your head than with your heart because
you don't look like a
people get
twat.
receipts on you. But yeah, for me, let's just win at the weekend, and
what your
it's a win-win, really, isn't it? It's a win-win because if we win, great, we won a game. If we lose, another now and Angie's coughing. So we'll see what happens. I predict we win. I think we win. I'm going for a 2-1.
Yeah, I was going to go for a 2-2. Wow.
See? I'm more positive than you.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. That's what I was about to say.
What's going on? Oh, my word.
I think it's got 2-2 written all over it.
So, yeah, listen, I don't know. It's going to be tough, but I've been saying all week I think we might win, so I can't now change and say I think we'll lose. No. I think, especially if we got a few players back, and we have a bit of the sign over at United, so I think we might win. Just.
I love it.
But yeah. Anyway, son, we have done an hour in our first live stream. So yeah, thank you for joining me, mate.
All right. Don't worry about it, Dad. It's all good. Thank you to everyone in the chat for contributing. I know our opinions are probably pretty stupid most of the time, but we give it a go. At the end of the day,
your opinion.
Yeah.
See, I'm like, yeah, your opinion's pretty stupid.
At the end of the day, we're not experts. Don't take whatever we say at face value. If you have a different opinion, that's completely fine. If you're Anjin, do what you want, mate. Do you know what I mean? Be happy. If you're Ange out, then yeah, all good. I don't
be happy as well.
Yeah,
No, that's the thing. At the end of the day, this is it. We are all Spurs. We're all Tottenham fans. We all love our club. We all want what's best for the club. We've all just got different opinions on how we get to where we get to. But yeah, let's not fall out. Let's just it's all love. I was going to start spouting stuff then, but I'm not going to. But yes, we will leave it now. Thank you for joining us. Thank you in the chat for joining in. Thanks, Charlie, my son, for
So
for coming on stream. And yeah, before you leave, please please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I appreciate you. Tomorrow night, by the way, I will just say that tomorrow night we have a new show starting at 8 p.m. where myself, Dan from the Spurs Danalists, and the Two Marks from, of course, the Two Marks show will be collaborating and doing a show. It should be a good one. We're going to have lots of fun. So we will be putting it all over social media tonight and tomorrow. Join us then tomorrow at 8 o'clock. But for me, I will say goodnight. Charlie, do you want to say goodnight?
No, guys. Have a good one. And let's
as always,
let's fucking win on Sunday. Let's just win and just feel better about ourselves.
Come on, you Spurs.
And get the bald-headed twat out of our club.
Pure coins, singing from the stands. Pure coins, everybody raise your hands. Pure coins, pure coins, pure coins.